Yo, this one's gonna be a little different for y'all today, cause like the beat is already made. To be honest, maybe next time I'll do it from scratch. But I'm gonna just show y'all how I fully do the sampling from Splice. Shout out Splice for all the samples I use too. So let's get into it.
Damn, Jupe, this you?
This beat is called Hourglass. Now, it's made in F sharp minor. So what I usually do when I'm going for a loop, I'll go to Splice, right? And since we already know what key this is in, we're just gonna go for loops, and then we're gonna go for key. Then we're gonna do the sharp keys, F sharp, minor. Okay. So I went through some of these loops and I picked out ones that I felt like would sound good together. So this is the first loop that I found for this track.
You think you can fix me? I'm doing just fine. You think you can change me? I'll change the time.
That's the second one I used for this loop. And I think there's one more. And this is actually the main loop that I used. The other one was the back end, but this is the main one right here. So I put them together, right? I put the vocals on the top, I put the main loop in the middle, and I put like the back end on the bottom. I don't know, that's just how I put the loops together. I did some EQing on some of them, put some filtering on the. I'm gonna show you the filtering I put on the vocals. Put some slight filter on there, a slight cutoff. So. And I also put a stereo delay on there because vocals really hit with delay. And Logic does a good job with the stock plugin for it also. Shout out Logic. But I know EQ on there. Putting out some lows and the highs. And there's a compressor on there just for making sure it's all together. The vocals will sound like this.
You think you can fix me? I'm doing just fine. You think you can change me? I'll change the time.
When it comes down to the main loop I used, I didn't really do much with it. I just threw an auto filter on it so I can have some depth. EQ'd it, and it sounded like this. And you can see that the BPM is at 144 and that the loops aren't all put in there. So, you know, I just time stretched them to make sure they're all on beat. For the backing, I did like another auto filter and then EQ'd it and I compressed it. Sounds like this. So I bounced this all out and I made it an intro. I don't actually know if I orbited it or not. Let me see though. I bounced them all out and I put it in orbit. I chopped the vocals a bit so it can go into the next one. One thing I also did with this sample was I half-timed it in the middle. That's actually on the intro as well. It's orbit and half-timed. So with this one, it's also half-timed. These are one of my favorite plugins, honestly. With this loop and halftime, it sounds like this. I put the halftime loop behind the actual sample, so it could just be a backing to it, so it'll sound like this altogether. Time to get into the drums. Time to get into the drums. For this one, I just wanted to keep it simple, because the best beats are like simple. Like the best beats to rap on are like made the simplest way. So I really want to give that that tint for this track. I wanted it to be like a I don't know. I can't type beat this. I really want to, but I don't know what type of beat this is. Like y'all gonna have to let me know. Like help me out. Like what type of beat is this? Put it in the comments for real. But yeah, when it comes down to the drums, I didn't do anything like singing. I don't think. The first thing I did put on there was the rim shot, because I like the sample just gave me rim shot vibes. Here's how the rim shot went. I added a snare. And the snare, put it on this bus that has space on it, so you can really hear it, like the ending of it, real, because I don't know, it just slides like the echo and delay in the snare. What I did next in this was most definitely the open hat. So I put 2 of them on here, so it can like go back and forth from each other like this. I added a shaker in here. I actually put 2 shakers in here, so the open hats are bouncing off of each other. The I want the rim shot and snare hit around the same time, but like bounce off each other at this, like, as well. And then I want the 2 shakers to basically bounce off each other. Like that's basically how I made this beat, just to have like a good bounce. I didn't really want to do too much with it, but this is how it came out. The kick. There's also a hi-hat in this, but I didn't add it till later. I didn't want to use like an 808. I wanted to use, I wasn't digging my nose, by the way. It's just, I felt a bump real quick. Hold on, child. Hold on. I'm not streaming at this YouTube, but I felt the bump right there real quick. But yeah, when it comes down to the bass, I already knew that the key was in F sharp minor, so you can just look that up on anything. Honestly, you can look that up on Google if you like don't really know scales like that, because I know me, like when it comes down to music theory, like I'm getting there, but like I'm not fully there yet. So in the next like few videos and months, you'll see the progression. But when it came down to the bass, I want it to be basic as well, because that's what the samples gave. And yeah, that's the bass. That's really all I did with the bass. Just made it pretty simple. I compressed it with the kick, side chained it, and I EQ'd it. I didn't use a 808. I did use a live bass. Whose bass did I use though? That's what I want to find out. And if I do this, and oh yeah. So I used L.Dre Live Bass 1. Shout out L.Dre for the free sample. I still use a lot of his drums to this day for my boom bap. I'll bring more boom bap to the channel too, because I make a lot of those beats, but I just don't really show them for real. But yeah, and here's the hi-hat pattern. Since it comes later, I bring it in for the somewhat of a drop that goes into the hook again. It sounds like this basically. Pretty basic. Honestly, it just has a W bounce. And that's the switch into the second verse right here. This beat has 2 verses, by the way, but we're not gonna break all that down. It's just arrangement. You can arrange it how you want. But for the outro, I did do a tone switch. I think it was either 3 or 5 semitones. Yeah, I can see that it was 5. And I also had the loops fade out. I didn't bounce them out and just did it. I just did them on their own because I just like how it went. I like how it went and how it sounded all together for the outro. But yeah, that's the beat right there. That's basically how I usually go about sampling stuff that's slice that's not chop. Like if I'm not chopping the sample, that's usually how I'll go about it. And I did that with a lot of my tracks, and I honestly want to steer away from it now. So that's why I wanted to drop this video, just to show what I've been doing and how like I progressed with the sampling over the past few years. I haven't really been dropping YouTube videos, but if you like this one, please like, share, and comment. And I'm serious about that. Like, comment what type of beat this is on the bottom of this video, because I really want to know. Like, I know I can make type beats and other people will hear like this is a so-and-so type beat, but I can never really hear it myself. Like, because I would produce for the people I know around me. If I'm going for it, then I'll go for it. But if I'm not really going for it, then I don't want to know who I'll hear on the track. It'll just be any track. When you live in delusion, that's when you'll be high as Jupe. I'll see you in the next one.